everybody, it's Mercy again. I've been trying to film a video ever since I woke up this morning, but I think these two have been messing with it because it's fully charged and I've never had issues with it. But anytime I actually go to hit record up until right now, the screen keeps going black and the camera just stops working. So hopefully it'll be fine for now. I really wish I knew whether or not they wanted to be filmed, which I will eventually. When the spirit board gets here, I will actually ask them and see what their thoughts are on being filmed and stuff. And if they're not okay with it, that's fine. I will try and accommodate that as much as I can. You know, I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. I do actually care for these dolls and the spirits that are attached to them. So I don't want to upset them. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable at all. But for right now, I am going to film them a little bit just because, you know, I want to give you guys some updates and stuff like that. So I will say this. In the last video, which was my first video, I believe I actually saw an orb in the video kind of fly around my head, which I don't believe too hardly in orbs. I just thought it was really, really cool because when I was filming the video, I didn't see anything. But I reviewed the video like a couple minutes later and I saw an orb kind of like slowly fly by my head right as I started talking about Angelo, I think. I was either starting to talk about Dina or Angelo, and then there was an orb that kind of showed up. I think it was like midway through the video. So, I mean, if you guys wanted to go back and watch that video and see if you can see the orb like I did, go ahead. Then again, I could have also just been, you know, not seeing an orb and my eyes could have been playing tricks on me. Could have been a reflection of the light or something like that. I just thought it was still pretty interesting, especially because I hadn't done anything with them yet, and then the second I start really talking about them, an orb kind of just shows up in the video, and I just thought that was really, really cool. So, updates, haven't really had anything happen, being honest. I will say this, the dogs that I have two dogs, Bonnie and Rocky. They were fine when it was just Dina. They didn't have any issues with Dina. They didn't seem scared. They didn't seem off. Nothing like that. They seemed perfectly fine with her around. It was like she wasn't even, you know, there almost. Like they don't really care, you know. But then the second Angelo arrived and I took him out of his box and everything, they started acting a little weird. Which I will say this, it could not be due to the dolls. They could just be weird. And I know that Bonnie is a little annoyed at Rocky because Rocky's actually our new pet and she's our puppy. And she's a bit high energy for Bonnie. So Bonnie could just be, you know, wanting to get away from Rocky. But what I do when I have really bad anxiety and it's flaring up is I kind of walk back and forth with my headphones in, and I listen to music. Typically the dogs will just go off on their own and take a nap or something while I do that. But for yesterday and today as well, since we got Angelo in the mail and stuff, Bonnie specifically, but Rocky as well, have been following me back and forth as I walk listening to music. I just thought that was a little weird, a little interesting, so I'd tell you guys, because they don't typically do that. The only person or thing that's ever followed me back and forth in the kitchen while I was walking and listening to music was my niece, and that's just because she thought it was fun to be like her aunt. But I've never had an animal actually do it. So I just thought it was very strange that, you know, all of a sudden they start doing that once Angelo arrives. However, like I said, Rocky's a new dog. Bonnie's not used to being, you know, having another dog here. And she's a little bit tired of Rocky because Rocky is high energy for a high energy dog, which is a little bit strange to Bonnie. So she could just be tired and wanting to be more around me than around Rocky, and then Rocky wants to be around her, so Rocky comes in to follow Bonnie type of thing. But I figured I'd just mention it just because I thought it was a little weird. But other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot of activity. I think I mentioned in the last video that Dina did move her hand. Well, possibly moved her hand. We saw that it had changed positions, but we didn't watch her actively move it. But yeah, so I figured I'd just give you guys a quick little video update since it's been about a day or two. So yeah, not a whole lot has happened. I did provide them with a little bowl of water and some freeze-dried apple crisps. So, yeah, just, let them know that they are welcome here, and, let them know that, they're safe and that we care about them, that we want to take care of them. I don't like leaving them in closed rooms. Honestly, I do like to leave them out somewhere in the open where they can explore and get used to the place. I don't know how well they've adjusted so far. I would assume that since there's already been a bit of activity just within the first 2 days of having them, that there's already been a bit of comfort on their end and that they feel kind of safe and okay here, and comfortable, and that they've kind of started making it their home, which is very nice to have. Seeing that, she did move her hand in a different position, if we do go off of the orb and stuff, which, like I said, those could have been a thing, those could have not been. But if they were, I would say that it means that they're starting to get used to being here, and that they're already starting to settle in a good bit, which is very nice. I'm happy with that. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys an update, talk about it a little bit. So there they are, being very adorable, and I love these dolls, honestly. Like, even if there wasn't a spirit attached to them, I just love these dolls. And honestly, I kind of want to talk about something. So whenever I bring this up to people, like these dolls, and, Ouija boards, whatever, they get so weird about it. Like they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Like, they try to tell me, like, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, it's inviting bad things, yada yada yada. And I understand where their concerns are, I really do. But what they don't understand is that I've actually had a decent bit of experience in this type of stuff, especially when I was a kid, and I know pretty well, I would think, I don't know everything, obviously, but I know some stuff. And I would say, if I were to interact with spirits or things of the like, I don't think I would be inviting anything bad, because the energies that I am giving to them are good. Now, obviously, if in my mind I made it out to be this big bad thing, it's going to be that big bad thing. But if I give these dolls a personality that I am comfortable with and that I think is safe, maybe their spirits or the things attached to them will take on that type of characteristic of being good and light and lovely. At least that is what my opinion of it is. If you put bad energy into something, it's going to be bad. If you put good energy into something, it's going to be good. And I think that these will be good, because that's the kind of energy I'm trying to give off to them. And that's with anything, really. So I just figured I'd tell you guys. I just thought it was funny. People are so scared of spirits and such things like that, as well as like Ouija boards and communication, and I just don't understand. I never have understood that type of fear, because I've always, at least from what I can remember as a kid, I've always had experiences of communicating and seeing otherworldly things, and it never truly scared me. I mean, sometimes there would be a thing where I was a little bit afraid, and that was typically just when I was going through a really bad spat of depression. And I will be honest with you, I am struggling with my mental health a little bit right now. But the difference is that I don't let that energy go anywhere near these dolls and other manifestations of the spirit world, because I know what can come from it, and obviously I don't want that. So, good things, good light, good energy, and everything will be okay. And I wish more people would see that. I wish more people weren't so upset over Ouija boards and ghosts and spirits and haunted possessions and all that stuff, because it's not inherently a bad thing. It is a darker thing, yes, but not entirely negative. So I wish it was less stigmatized in the world. But once again, I do understand where a lot of people are coming from when they say that. It's just, it gets old when in ways you do know what you're doing, and these people who have never had experiences with this type of stuff try and act like they do know everything about it and try and give you warnings that you don't need, So, I don't know. There's my little rant for the day, I guess. But, yeah, good light, good energy, and everything will be fine. So, I love these dolls. And here's your guys' update for the day. I might do another one tomorrow. I might not. We'll see. I think I work tomorrow, so we'll find out. And of course, if anything happens, I will let you guys know. Yeah. So there's Dina and there's Angelo. And I'm probably going to go ahead and get them cleaned up a little bit and set them in their own little area here soon. Hopefully I can get the closet cleaned out today so that way they have their own space. But we'll see where that goes. Alright. Bye, guys.